Against double dipping. Don't do the dip when you shouldn't be dipping.
Yeah?
I'm always against the double dip.
Really?
Don't do it.
I totally feel you, Felicia. It's definitely a double dip. I feel like if it's your ex, leave him as your ex. But look,
Easier said than done.
look, if you need to just get it out your system to get over the new ex, do what you got to do, boo.
Yeah, and I just feel like, look, whatever gets you through, do it. Everybody's formula is different. I do think that it's always going to get complicated because that ex is going to stick around longer than they need to be, or you're going to end up going back into a position where
You might get feelings again.
Yeah, they were ex for a reason, Charmaine, right? You know what I mean?
So
you
are
gotta
we
keep
saying
those
like an
things.
old ex to get over the new ex? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
That's how you end up pregnant.
And then you don't know who the daddy is. No.
That's how you end up pregnant. Don't do it.
You're probably right. I mean, and then you're really in it with that ex. I just think, look, for everybody, I mean, some people it's dramatic weight loss.
Yeah.
Some people it's dramatic
Yeah.
weight gain.
Yeah.
Some people either go positive with the breakup and it's a fresh start, or other people resort back to bad habits. I just think breakups themselves, there's no proper way to engage, to tell people
How to
do it, because it's the hardest. It really is. Outside of death or sickness in your
Yeah.
family, it's about one of the hardest things you'll go through in life, and I think it gets downplayed sometimes.
I will say, I like what you're saying because you're trying to encourage people to process the emotions, and that's what I think doesn't happen a lot of time. Like, you should cry, you should feel angry, you should feel all those things that you might be feeling, but process it, work through it, do what you have to do to express it, and so you can move on.
Do you think
because
men or women do it differently? Like, I'm
Yes.
gonna throw out a stereotype. I
Yeah.
think men, when they go through that breakup, especially if they're the one who gets dumped, or even if they're the one who does the dumping, and the first thing they do is find that club,
Yes!
Oh, exactly.
find that bottle,
They go out with their
Exactly.
boys.
and then
Right.
they're trying to like try and catch somebody that night
Yes.
out.
But
Like,
you
I
know,
really think
girls,
that's how
I
it
feel
goes.
like we like change our hair. We just go for a whole different
yes.
look. We dye our hair, we cut it, buy new clothes, and you know, we just come out a whole different
So,
girl.
and I'm not trying to be crass when I say this, but sex isn't the thing that you guys go to, not you two, but women go to get over a breakup. That's
I
not.
think it could depend.
It definitely depends on what Felicia was saying. You need to process it. I will say, like, yeah, it's cool to go sleep with an ex, or you know, if you're trying to get over
It's what
someone.
you're comfortable with.
But you need to process the breakup, because if you're just going to sleep with the ex and you're not over this breakup, like, girl, now you got all kind
it's
of feelings.
unhealthy.
Yeah,
It's unhealthy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, it also depends on how good that ex is in bed. All right, well, you know, this is like finding out something you've always believed in doesn't truly
That's
exist,
not
right?
true. I mean, I am totally working in my field of passion, being on reality TV. Something that fell in my lap, you know, being on the radio. I didn't even know it was a passion until I was on the radio. And now I'm here working with you
But
guys.
Charmaine,
Like, this is
you are,
awesome.
but in a lot of ways, you are the 0.001% that
Well,
achieves
thank God.
that.
Because when I was in corporate America, waking up at 6:30 every morning, I was about to cry.
What do you say to all those that don't become Charmaine, though? Like, should they say, man, I'm not that reality star. I'm not on this morning show. I'm not a radio host. I give up. I'm not going to take this job because it's not what I should be doing.
Well, I would
You gotta
say
get there, right?
definitely make sure you have an income. That's very important. But do something, a hobby that's a passion. As long as there's something in your life that you're passionate about, you're not just like lost in the sauce of work, then that works for me, you know?
I,
How do you feel? How do you feel?
This is a really hard
I kind of agree
conversation.
with the study because I also know a lot of people who do their passion and they're living on someone's couch or sleeping on the floor or living out of their car.
You got to make sacrifices.
So I feel like you have to be strategic and hopefully finding a balance between the two. I kind of agree with the study. Like, you can't just follow your dreams and hope it'll all work out. I feel like you have to be a little bit more strategic in terms of how you're planning and approaching life.
It's just really hard to me because there's the part of me on my shoulder who's the good angel who's saying, in all honesty, like, I'm thinking of like in a totally different realm, but Martin Luther King telling us the dream, telling us, you know, he had this dream and it came to fruition. And to go out there and do what you believe in your heart is what you should be doing. But the other part of me is saying, in a totally different way, not to denigrate anything about Martin Luther King at all, but on the other side saying, hey man, that's not how the world works. Like, Jordan, you wanted to be a #1 draft pick in the NBA. That ain't your life, my friend.
You're a #1 draft pick in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's my girl. But in all reality, I had to do a lot of things I didn't want to do. for a lot of years. And I got to tell you, the success, and it's measured, that I've enjoyed right now, and it's come early, in my opinion, in my life.
Right.
And I got lucky, but I did put in some years leading up to this doing things that weren't glorious. I lived in a studio with 4 guys.
And that's the point.
With 1 bedroom. That's a part of life to get to other places.
Yeah, that's the point, too. I don't think a lot of people share the grind and the hustle that it took to become. They just all of a sudden see you as a big star. And even for us being on TV, they don't see us when we wake up at
in the
2
morning,
and 3 a.m. when we're pulling ourselves out of bed every single day. Like, it's not as sexy as you would think it would be.
And the thing with being passionate, it's cool to work on your passion, but also realize it definitely comes with struggles too. Like, you know, I am luckily in a dope field, but my car was repossessed while I was in the transition of corporate America and reality TV, you know, so.
Keep your head down, continue to work hard, don't stop dreaming. I think that's the best advice.
Yeah, Jordan,
We can
that
give
was well
everybody
said.
there.
Good job,
All
Jordan.
right, we come back with that applause.